Today my topic's going to be, you can do it. Next one. Why did I do that? There's two reasons I done that. Number one is this guy genuinely wanted your undivided attention. And I don't think so you remember a person who came up here and slapped themselves so hard. Number two, it's that I want to teach you a rule. Whatever I'm going to tell you in this whole talk is going to be genuinely true. And the reason why I want to tell you the truth is because each one of you do have the potential to achieve whatever I've achieved. The second rule is in life, if you ever want to be an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to go every extent. When I walked in here, I said that I wanted your undivided attention, and I thought, what is something I could do that would make everyone look towards me? And right now, when I look towards you, each one is looking towards me. And that means that you have to be willing to go every extent, and that's what I would want out of you people as well. When you leave, you graduate, you go every extent. And throughout my talk, there's just going to be one thing which I want you people to repeat after me. That is, when I say you can, I want you to say do it. Can we do that? Yes. You can? Do it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit of my pre-journey. Okay, so the true story is this. I genuinely started with 25,000 rupees. And Bobby, I received it as scholarship money. That I ultimately got the money, and obviously I had a lot of hiccups in the process. So what happened is that now I'm going to show you a little bit of where I am today, and then I'm going to reverse back to the whole story of how to get there. So today, where I stand is that I have, I have one of the largest stores in Pakistan in bespoke ateliers. It's a 9,000 square foot store, it's 5 floors. I have a store in Islamabad, 2 in Lahore, and I give my international deliveries in 6 countries around the world. Can you go ahead? I've done fashion shows in Italy, in Prague, in Norway as well. When I started off at home, जब 25,000 रुपए हुए तो इसका मतलब आपके पास कोई employee नहीं होएगा, कोई कुछ भी नहीं होएगा. हर चीज़ आपने खुद से करनी है. So remember my steps. So when I was with 25,000 rupees, I started off. मैंने एक second hand जोकी की machine ली, एक master लिया जो साथ में कारीगर भी था. And in that process, what I would do is that I was the salesman. मैंने कपड़ा credit पे उठाया. और मैंने एक small amount of fabric अपने घर में लगाया. In that process, I was the salesman. I was the person who would take appointments. I was the one who handled the Facebook page. I was the one who handled the production. I was the one who done everything inside out. Go in the back room and make tea for the customer because I always love giving good services. उसी तरह से जो मेरी appointments होती थी because I was a designer, तो मैं खुद नंबर देता था लेकिन असल में मैं ही बोल रहा होता था. तो I would be like, हाँ जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम. Yes, he's available. 7 o'clock, नहीं 8 o'clock. So I would be doing everything on my own just because I did not have any other choice. What happened after that is that I finally got very good news that they were shutting down and they gave no prior notice and they just kicked me out of the shop. This is true. I had nothing. मेरा जो store था, मेरे पास कोई कुछ भी नहीं था. So what happened is that I was able to score a deal at Alam. There was a person who had a multi-brand store. उसमें उन्होंने मुझे हिस्सा दे दिया. जब उन्होंने हिस्सा दिया तो हुआ ये कि from God and my own little bit of hard work, I was able to do really good numbers. Such good numbers कि वो जो multi-brand store का owner था, उसने क्या किया? उसने कहा ये एक बच्चा है, इसने इतने पैसे बना लिए हैं, तो ये मैं खुद क्यों नहीं कर लेता? तो उसने क्या किया? उसने एक रात में मेरा जो सेल्समैन है उसको हायर किया, 5-10 हज़ार ऊपर किया, 2-3 मेरे मास्टर्स को हायर किया. The next day I came in, I realized कि मेरी जो पूरी कंपनी है वो किसी और के नाम पे हुई है and I have nothing. And the best part is कि he kicked me out of there. तो मैंने कहा कि पहले हुआ है मेरे साथ kick out, तो मैं इससे लड़ता हूँ. तो मैंने लड़ा and literally this is a true story. I got into a physical fight. And I had a glass mirror thrown at me, and I got bruised heavily on my leg, and I ended up in a police station. And at that point, you know, like, so a lot of things which I want you people to realize is that these things are not easy. यहाँ पर खड़े होके might sound really nice, but at that point when you're graduated from LSE, you come from a good household. When you're treated like that, now it feels like crap. So basically, what happened is this: कि obviously it's something understood. Whenever you're doing a deal, you do it on paper. But when you're starting off from scratch, you usually make the most ignorant mistakes. So my mistake was this: I was sold the whole business on something which had no paperwork, no legitimacy, and not even a single contract on it. But luckily enough, I was able to move on from there. Uske baad what happened is that I got a really good deal. I made my own shop. The journey is never really beautiful. I know that it would sound great if I tell you people कि यार बड़ा easy journey था, बड़ा beautiful था. But the truth is this: that way you people will not be equipped with the right amount of means. And whatever your situation is, any one of you sitting over here, no matter how bad your personal problems are, no matter how bad any of your problems are, if you compare your story to mine, there's always going to be some place where we overlap. And the only thing that kept me going and the only thing that made me do it is that I believe that no matter what happens, I'm genuinely going to do this. So in that process, I'll tell you something which you have to really realize. So number one is that there is no such thing as an ego. I swear to you, like, if I tell you the kind of things that have happened with me, the kind of ways that my masters have blackmailed me, I'm sure you people have had bad relationship problems. My relationship was with my master. He would close his phone when I needed him the most. He would do the worst things possible that anyone could ever do with anyone. I had people that obviously stole from the business. I had a lot of things where, things did not go as wanted. But the biggest thing inside the process is that there's no such thing as an ego, especially when you're an entrepreneur. You have to leave your ego aside. Another thing is that, apart from that whole thing, is that you obviously lose out on your social life. You have to prioritize. If someone says to you, you can have it all, I think that's not exactly true. That sounds nice and it would be great if it actually existed. But in reality, you can have it all, that concept is flawed on its own because that's the way the world works. If you want to achieve something, you have to forego something else. But obviously in the process I lost a lot of hair, I probably had a relationship ending, I had my parents that I could not give that much time to, but overall it was something where there was a lot of compromise. And that's something which I would want all of you to realize. If you're going to start up a business, the feeling that which will be ultimately is unparalleled. Yes, that is something which is extremely beautiful. The point where you finally achieve what you ultimately wanted to. And in that duration, whatever happens, take it as it comes. No matter how hard it comes, no matter even if you get physically beaten up, like myself, do not stop. And I'm telling you, it sounds like, why would someone get into a business where they'll get physically beaten up? But it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. But the point is this, you have to go every extent. And when you make it from scratch, you have to be treated like scratch. And that's something which I had to become comfortable with, and that's something which I would want all of you people who are starting your businesses to be comfortable with. I today dress up the Prime Minister of Pakistan, which is probably one of the most honorable things you can do. I work with the biggest business tycoons in Pakistan, from Java Group to Centaurus ke owners to Hire ke owners. All of the top of the line people in Pakistan, the biggest weddings in Pakistan are done through me. And remember this, कि 25,000 रुपए से शुरू किए, 1 रुपया मैंने किसी बैंक माँ बाप से किसी से नहीं लिया. And this is all a true story. And you need to provide something that is above anyone. For instance, in my shop, if you ever come in, there's an entire bar. And you get served coffees and a lot of other things for entertainment, which no other shop does. So these are small things which I added a lot of experiential aspects to my brand that helped me build it as a company. Okay, one thing that you people must be very, very comfortable with is failure. And I swear to God, if you talk about failures, I am the biggest failure that you can ever come across. So what I done is that I was in grade 3, मैं candy बेचता था. और वही candy थी जो स्कूल में भी मिलती थी, लेकिन मैं सबको convince करता था कि जो मेरी candy है ना वो ज़्यादा मीठी है. और literally लड़के मेरे से लेते थे. But the thing is that slowly I built it up, and this is a true story. I used to sell mobile phones, laptops, and a lot of other things. But what happened is that I ultimately failed. मैंने अपना सारा जो पैसा है, I don't know if you guys know forex trading, it's money trading. I earned a lot of money and I invested in that. And उसमें I earned like literally, this is in 2009, I used to earn $1,000 in a night. That is absolutely ridiculous. And जो मेरी confidence का level था ना, वो मुझे लगता था कि दुनिया में कोई चीज़ है ना मैं वो कर सकता हूँ. So what happens in that point is that you actually become overconfident. And I shorted, it's called where you buy down some certain currency. I shorted a currency and I lost everything. मैंने 1 रुपया निकाला नहीं, मैं बस I was overconfident, I kept on rolling on, and everything I earned went down to craps. And at that point I was nothing. And this is the point where I applied to LUMS and I did not get in. But not to lie, I honestly really think that that was the best thing looking in retrospective, that I got into LSE, and I think that was the best platform for me. मुझे मेरी अब्बू ने ना हमेशा एक चीज़ सिखाई है, वो है उम्मीद. मुझे हमेशा ना एक वो कि आखिरी मिनट तक I always was hopeful कि शायद कुछ सही हो जाए. So what would happen is that we're 4 brothers. So if I would ever break something ना, तो तो अब्बू घर आके कहते थे किसी को बड़ी मार पड़ने लगी है। तो मैं एक उम्मीद में होता था कि काश फिजान भाई हो जाए या अल्लाह फिजान भाई हो जाए until the last minute. But then after में मुझे ही पड़ती थी. But what I realized is that I always had this sense of hope. And no matter how bad things go today, I always have this sense of hope. Number two is that I think that our parents are the best actors in the world. At least my parents for sure, hands down. There's no actor, no Indian actor that could beat them. Like I still remember in childhood we'd be going together in a car and they would be fighting cats and dogs, my mom and dad. And then as soon as we would enter the door, when they'd open the door, it would be like the world's best couple that they never existed. So मैं उनसे ये सीखा कि acting कैसे करनी है जिंदगी में. So there was always this thing here. He did not hear logic. He would just say, yeah, I don't care, you can do it. Okay. Thirdly is my brother Fizan. The best thing about him is that मैं तो जिंदगी में ये कहता हूँ कि you should always help each other, you know. Positive reinforcement होनी चाहिए. लेकिन ये जो मेरे फिजान भाई हैं ना, उनको एक चीज आती है वो negative reinforcement. तो मुझे जिंदगी में जब भी over confidence होता था ना, वो उनके साथ मुझे बिठा. He would tell me how I should kill myself. He would एक होता है ना बंदा कहता है यार मैं जमीन पे वापस आ गया हूँ, वो मुझे जमीन के नीचे लेकर रखे. So I think sometimes in life that's very important. I do love him, but he really breaks me. Like I mean, sometimes I don't know who to talk to, but he's someone who really breaks me down. But I guess that's important too. Okay, so guys, obviously if you want to be successful, you have to give a lot of compromise. And this is a true story. If I'm going to share my login of my Instagram as well. So this is nothing which I'm just making up or I'm saying. Today, no matter where I am, I'm always consistently working hard. The ultimate goal is to become the first Pakistani youngest millionaire. But I don't know if that will ever happen, but I'll try my best. So I wake up no matter what happens, 6 o'clock in the morning, no matter what happens on earth. 6 a.m. even if I sleep at 4 a.m. I am awake, no matter what. I work out every day. It doesn't look like that, but I do. What's it called? I go to head office and then I go to the retail team and I leave work around 11 to 12 o'clock every single day. I'm only allowed to leave once in a week early, which is at 9 o'clock in the evening, and uske alawa I cannot leave before 11 o'clock. Oh, this is my assistant. She made the slides, so she put this in herself. It would not have been possible without my super amazing assistant doing those smart. All in all, something that Albert Einstein said, obviously he's one of the most intelligent people that ever came on this planet. Imagination is more important than knowledge. And I'm telling you this, today when you people walk out of here, I want you to imagine that no matter what comes your way, you guys can do it. No matter what happens on earth, whatever you want to achieve and whatever you set yourself to achieve, you will achieve. And I'm swearing to you, not that knowledge is not important. Obviously, knowledge has a great amount of importance. But I will raise my hand. I'm not a fashion designer by degree. But today I have done shows all around the world. I've done fashion shows. I've been very good at the clothes that I've made. But what happens is that it's all about imagination. It's that I imagine clothes. I thought that this is something that I love doing. And thankfully, I was able to do people's way. I read a book by Gail, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's a book which I would recommend everyone to read. I tried to play the person, whoever was the landlord, and I got a pretty decent deal.
Can I elaborate on the story?
Yes.
So I've been very close with Noaman for the last 4 years as he was going through his journey. And initially our relationship was like that if he would face any problem, I would be the first person on the speed dial that he would call. So I got a call one day. Actually, the relation started later on. I just met Noaman in the parking lot one day. He had just graduated, he was doing something. मुझे पता था कि नोमान को LSE में नोमान के साथ कुछ लोग थे जिन्होंने नोमान को अपने डिफेंस में स्टोर में जगह दी हुई थी। नोमान पार्किंग लॉट में खड़ा है, शैटर्ड लाइक एनीथिंग। नोमान को अपने काम के अलावा किसी की फिक्र नहीं होती थी। नोमान की गाड़ी की एक लाइट टूटी होती थी, नोमान को अपनी कोई फिक्र नहीं होती थी गाड़ी कैसे चल रही है और क्या चल रहा है, बस काम जो है वो इम्पोर्टेंस था। तो मुझे कहता है कि वो आपको याद है मैं डिफेंस में काम करता था। मैंने कहा हाँ। कहता है वो उन्होंने तो दरवाज़ा ताला बंद कर दिया, मुझे घुसने नहीं दे रहे थे। आई वाज लाइक क्यों? कहते हैं कि जो मेरे साथ LSE में दोस्त होता था वो तो चला गया, वो उसने क्रेडिट्स ट्रांसफर करा लिए, वो अमेरिका कनाडा कहीं पे चला गया। दुकान उसके अब्बू की थी, उसके अब्बू ने 2-4 महीने बाद कहा कि नहीं मैं इसका कुछ और करूँगा, दुकान का दरवाज़ा बंद कर दिया और नोमान का जो बिजनेस था वो बंद था. So we had a good session. We spoke about it for 30-40 minutes. I visited his place and we thought of a plan. So जब वो वाक़या हुआ तो I remember that day I was in Islamabad. I was at the US Embassy. And the US Embassy does not allow you to take your phone. So मैंने अपना फ़ोन में रख रहा था तो मैंने देखा नोमान का फ़ोन बजना शुरू हुआ है, बज रहा है, बंद ही नहीं हो रहा. So I was in a very important thing, so I couldn't take the call. And then वहाँ से मैं निकला हूँ, नोमान का फ़ोन आ रहा है. नोमान ने मुझे बताया कि उन्होंने तो मुझे स्टोर से कह के चले जाओ, उन्होंने मेरा लड़का भी ले लिया, ये हो गया, वो हो गया. He was furious. I was driving on 130 an hour on motorway and I was listening to Noaman and I tried my best and he was very furious, very angry at that time. इसलिए मुझे कहा मैं आपसे मिलना चाहता हूँ, मैं कुछ करना चाहता हूँ. हम 2-3 दिन बाद मिले, मुझे कहते हैं कि मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं इमाम आलम के ऊपर अपना स्टोर ले लेता हूँ. I was like, Noaman, are you crazy? तुम अपना स्टोर, तुम्हें पता है इमाम आलम के ऊपर किराया कितना, तुम अपना स्टोर ले सकोगे? मुझे था कि इसने कोई इमाम आलम के ऊपर कोई डब्बी सी ले लेगा, छोटी सी, जिस जगह हम बैठे हैं वहाँ पर पता नहीं कर सकेगा. तो he should be smart and taking the thing in renting the place. So मुझे मिला, मुझे कहता है कि मैंने स्टोर पसंद कर लिया. I was like, कहाँ पर? और 2015 से ग्रेजुएट हुआ था, 2016 की बात था. So he was like, इमाम आलम के ऊपर. My second question was स्टोर का साइज क्या? मुझे कहता है 3600 स्क्वायर फुट. I was like, are you crazy? 3600 स्क्वायर फुट, जिसको ना पता हो, it's almost, I think this room might be almost is 3600 square foot. So he was like, नहीं मैं एक बड़ा स्टोर बनाऊंगा. I asked him, Noaman, are you sure? He said, नहीं मैंने ये करना है. I said, okay fine, करो. 2 महीने के अंदर 3600 स्क्वायर फुट का, which is again a store at Noaman, जो आप जाके देख सकते हैं, was ready and Noaman ने शुरू कर दिया. तो answering this question, I had seen that going through, और उस टाइम उसके किराया अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता था, लेकिन पहले इसने किराए पे, हम कहते हैं ना एंटरप्रेन्योर्स रिस्क लेते हैं, लेकिन वो फिर दिन रात एक कर देते हैं उसको पॉसिबल करने के लिए. सो आई हैव सीन, एक साल गुजर गया, उसके बाद आया था अच्छा चलो ठीक है, इसका एक दफ़ा इसने कर लिया, शुक्र है ये इस तरह का पंगा दोबारा ना दे. साल बाद मेरे पास दोबारा आ गया, मुझे कहता है मैं सोच रहा हूँ मैं एक्सपैंड कर लूँ. आई वाज लाइक ठीक है, बिल्कुल किया जा सकता है, सोच लो. अभी तुमने इमाम के ऊपर नया एक स्टोर बनाया तो, और मैं थोड़ा इसको खुद भी कहता था कि तुम्हें डिफेंस के अंदर जाना चाहिए. तो आई वाज हाफ गिल्टी फॉर दैट. आई वाज लाइक हाँ चलो ठीक है, डिफेंस के अंदर प्लाजे होते हैं 4-4 मरले के, उसमें कोई तुम एक ग्राउंड फ्लोर ले लो या कुछ कर लो. कहता अच्छा मैं चेक करता हूँ. हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते बाद आ गया. मैं ऐसे बहुत से स्टूडेंट से बात करता हूँ, एंटरप्रेन्योर से बात करता हूँ, जो कहते हैं अच्छा मैं चेक करता हूँ, उसके बाद वो 6-6 महीने नजर नहीं आते, वो आइडिया होता है साल बाद नजर ही नहीं आते. ये एक ऐसा स्टूडेंट था जो कहता था मैं चेक करता हूँ, हफ्ते बाद वापस आ जाता था. कहता है कि मैंने स्टोर पसंद कर लिया डिफेंस का. आई वाज लाइक अच्छा कहाँ पे? कहता फेज 4 में. क्या साइज है उसका? लास्ट वन वाज 3600 स्क्वायर फुट. मुझे कहता है 8000 स्क्वायर फुट. Are you serious? ये 8000 स्क्वायर फुट का स्टोर क्या करना है? मैं इसमें ये करूँगा, उसमें वो करूँगा. जब इसने पहले 3600 स्क्वायर फुट वाला स्टोर लाया, मुझे कहता है कि मुझे ये बड़े अपने बेटे में खर्चे दिखाता था, तो मेरे पास जब खर्चा ले आया वो 3-4 लाख रुपए की कॉफी मशीन लेनी. I was like, कॉफी मशीन पर पैसे खर्चने की जरूरत नहीं. He was like, no. I want to, when my customer comes in, I want to give them that experience of a fine, customized this thing. I have to buy this coffee machine. And I have been the person जिसने आई थिंक सबसे ज़्यादा उस कॉफ़ी मशीन से कॉफ़ी पी चुका हूँ. सो फिर इसने वो 8000 स्क्वायर फुट का स्टोर जो है वो डिफेंस में बना लिया. और वो अगर आप जाकर देखें नेक्स्ट टू जलाल फेस 4, इट्स अ बिग स्टोर. और इसने उसके ऊपर काम किया, इट्स रनिंग सक्सेसफुली. एंड उसके एक साल बाद दोबारा मेरे पास आ गया, मुझे कहता है कि मैंने एक और स्टोर बनाना. अब मैंने कहा अच्छा अब किधर बनाना है? जौहर टाउन में बनाना है? कहाँ पे बनाना है? कहते हैं इस्लामाबाद में. मैंने कहा इस्लामाबाद में कोई जगह अच्छी ढूंढ लेना, मगर सस्ती मिल जाएगी. तो पता चला Noaman gets back with the most expensive place in Islamabad, which is the Beverly Center, and tells me कि अब मैंने Beverly Center के अंदर स्टोर बनाना है. और अब वो Beverly Center में उन्होंने पिछली दफा स्टोर बनाया और हर दफ़ा जब भी मुझे मिलता है मैं इससे यही सवाल पूछता हूँ कि अब क्या चीज़ लेके आए हो मेरे पास, अब क्या करना है। सो अगेन मैंने थोड़ा लंबा जवाब दे दिया, बट आई सीन दिस कि ये ब्रिक बाय ब्रिक चीज़ें बिल्ड हुई हैं और पैसा नहीं था, और जितना कुछ भी बिल्ड हुआ वो out of scratch बिल्ड हुआ। So I'll ask you one question, and this is again for people also, कि नोमान से मैं कहता था, आपसे मैं पूछूंगा कि I used to ask you कि you should tell people कि who is the guy who is behind it, but for the first 3-4 years you never used to tell, बल्कि कोई और भी आता था तो तुम सेल्स बॉय बन जाते थे उनके आगे। इसको थोड़ा ड्रामेटिक्स का हमेशा से शौक था, और उनके आगे सेल्स बॉय बन जाता था। मुझे नहीं पता, मैं ऐसे कहता था तुम मालिक बन, तुम मालिक हो इसके, बट ये उसमें कंफर्ट, तो क्यों नहीं मालिक बनते थे और क्या इसकी वजह थी?
So there was 2 reasons actually. One was this कि मैं कहता हूँ किसी तरीके से भी कोई डिस्काउंट ना मांगे, तो उसी की तरह बचा था। And secondly ये कि if I was to be honest, it was that Rici Melion was this huge luxury brand, and I was this little kid. उस time I was about 22 years old, और दाढ़ी भी थोड़ी कम थी. So I never looked the part, and I always wanted people to think that the person who owns Rici Melion is this huge guy, really really rich and has this fancy car. And I didn't have that, so that was the primary 2 reasons that I always kind of hate the fact that I owned it, and now I think I still do it.
Will you open it for any other question that you want to ask?
So I think knowing your purpose in life is one of the most questions that comes ahead. So you from the beginning had an idea, or you being a designer, or along the way you discovered that?
No. So what's your name? Sorry? Anas. Okay, so Anas basically ये है कि in life now, that's why I say कि the dots connect themselves. पहले तो मैं candy बेचता था, so there was no particular thing उस तरह से, but it was just that in the due process, I kind of realized that no, I like clothes as well, and then I started to create a more affection towards it. But the real thing is that I think that if any of you are not able to find what you're passionate about, is that I think that you should start doing something opposed to nothing. So maybe when you start off something in tech, a very common concept is of pivoting. कि आप एक चीज़ शुरू करते हो, फिर आप pivot करते हो, आप realize करते हो कि यार ये चीज़ सही नहीं है, तो आप ये चीज़ कर लो. So you will find your place, Anas, but it's just that you need to start doing something. So even if it is starting off with, car tire parts, or anything in the world, but start off with something and then ultimately you'll find your way.
It's not, I kind of feel like I'm pretty much, I have an idea about what I want to do. But the thing is, so it's just like you being sure about what you, so for that you just want to try, right?
You have to try. So I was never sure of my candy thing, I was never sure of my mobile phone thing, I was never sure of Forex. But it kind of, and you have to realize that this was not like a one-off thing or मैं successful हो गया. There was like 7 things जो मैंने 6 चीजें fail करके 7वीं चीज की. लेकिन मेन चीज ये कि जितना भी fail होता जाए कोई मसला नहीं. But एक ना एक जगह तो लग जाएगा chance, so that's what I think.
Yes, I think you can never be sure. LSE के बारे में लोगों की जेनेटिक फीलिंग्स कुछ की पॉजिटिव होती हैं, कुछ की न्यूट्रल होती हैं, कुछ की नेगेटिव होती हैं. Noaman is one person who has always had very positive feelings about the Lahore school, and this is something that I have seen personally. इसको मेरे से लगता है कि LSE सब कुछ बंदे को बना देता है. तो वो मैं तुम्हारा व्यू पॉइंट इसके ऊपर लेना चाहूँगा कि तुम LSE के बारे में क्या सोचते हो, तुम्हें कैसे लगता है कि हेल्प करता है लोगों को?
अच्छा, so guys, one thing is this कि why I say this constantly is कि we usually assume, जैसे I'm sure when you ask that question of 25,000 rupees, you assume कि नहीं यार ये 25,000 से इतना बड़ा setup नहीं बन सकता. But mark my words, I'm consistently telling you this कि it's all honestly from that. उसी तरह से if I'm saying कि I think कि LSE is a brilliant university, I genuinely feel that way. इसकी ना 2-3 वजूहात हैं. My brother Fizan was from Lums. But the thing is that LSE का चलो ठीक है नाइट लाइफ नहीं है, लेकिन वही नाइट्स की वजह से मैं रात को अपनी दुकान पे बैठता था और मैं सेल्स करता था. Secondly, I also feel like कि जिस तरह से हम presentations वगैरह करते हैं ना, that really grooms us up in a brilliant manner. So every day I'm giving a presentation to a client. Every day there's a big wedding going on. So for example, right now we recently done Master Tile's wedding. तो for them I have to present कि ये वाला groom ये पहनेगा, उनके भाई ये पहनेंगे. तो I think that the ability to give a presentation was taught out of LSE. And lastly and most importantly, ये है कि to be honest पढ़ाई इतनी मुश्किल नहीं है. So you kind of have leverage to do well as do well on other fronts. So I think overall it is for a fact that I think LSE is a brilliant university to study in. And I think that my bachelor's was the best being it from LSE. I think number one, I think the first book you guys should get is Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I swear to you, read the book and जो उसके rules है ना अगले दिन आके अपने दोस्त के साथ implement कर लेना. मेरा आज तक LSE में मैं जब एंटर होता था ना कार्ड बहुत मुश्किल से कभी होता था, लेकिन मैं कभी चाचा नहीं कहता था, मैं कहता था कासिम अंकल क्या हाल है आपके, और हमेशा he would let me in, no matter what would happen. इसकी वजह ये कि चाचा उसको हर बंदा कहता था, कासिम अंकल सिर्फ मैं कहता था, उसके नाम से मैं बुलाता था. And if you read psychology, the world's जो इंसान को सबसे खूबसूरत चीज लगती है ना वो उसका नाम है. So if you call him by their name, that's going to help you always. So I think if you start with this book, and I always am reading new books, so you can always see those books and start reading them as well.
Any other questions?
I just want to ask this last question: how this SME thing that's happening for us, and a lot of people might be portraying their business ideas, and they might have hopes with the ideas they're gonna be portraying them over there. So, what do you think SMEs? What role does SME play in like helping out with their business idea? Is it a big platform? Does it actually help you out?
Okay, so this is a very, very honest answer. Do you remember when Sarfazan said, I told him that I'm not going to let him down. देखो कि एक दुनिया की मार्केट है और एक है LSE की मार्केट. If you aim कि SME में you have to be the entrepreneur of the year ना, तो उस तरीके से आपने LSE के मार्केट में आप जीत गए. So poker again. If you win once, जो उसकी जो winning power है ना वो आपको forever impact करेगी. Number one. Number two ये है कि you're actually doing something which is legitimately actually selling to people. And number three ये है कि the people that Sarfazan and this whole society calls in on Wednesday are people that have made it in the entrepreneurial world themselves, or they're successful in that front. So the people that will be rating you and the people that will be judging you are people that come from that background. So I think that one thing apart from that is this कि हम usually क्या समझते हैं कि यूनिवर्सिटी की चीज़ें बस यूनिवर्सिटी एक किताबों तक है. मैं इसलिए ये तो कहता हूँ कि LSE बहुत fit है, like genuinely. उसकी वजह है कि these things are actually what helped me become who I am. मैंने उधर टाइल्स लगाई, मैंने काफ़ी चीज़ें लगाई. I still remember there was this guy who came, उसने मेरा कोट का देखा था, उसने कहा था ये जो इसका रोल है ना वो अच्छा नहीं हुआ. और अब एक छोटी सी बात है, and he was absolutely correct. और मैंने उस टाइम कहा कि नहीं, he doesn't know anything. मैंने फिर घर गया, I googled what's a proper Italian suit. An Italian suit never ever has a straight dress. It always has a roll. So what happened is that I learned for a lifetime. So उसी तरीके से I think that this is something which whoever is presenting and all of you people who are rooting for yourselves, that's excellent. But I would actually want you to also give your best to the project because this will actually develop you in the lifelong ahead and it will help you build the confidence that you need.
Noaman said that there is no key to success. I think a little contrary. I think there is a key to success. But the difference is that every key is unique. Do we all agree? You have to carve your key to success. And there is no one key to success which Noaman can give you and everybody can use. You have to really, everybody has to carve their own key. And I've seen Noaman carving his own key one by one and eventually was able to open that lock. One very funny story sometimes I tell students also, I think Noaman once told me, कि इसके मास्टर्स वगैरह बड़ा तंग करते थे ये स्टाफ और ये वो कि मेरी फूफी की शादी है, मेरी खाला का ये है, मेरा ये फौत हो गया, मेरा वो फौत हो गया. मुझे एक दिन कहता है कि मैंने तो सर डायरी बना ली, मैंने इनके रिश्तेदार लिखने शुरू कर दिए सारे अपने पास. जिसका जो कुछ होता है ना वो मेरे पास आता है, मेरी फूफी फौत हो गई, मैं कहता हूँ 2 फूफियाँ थी, उनको ये हो गया, उनको ये हो गया, तीसरी कहाँ से आ गई. So this was his way, his key to his success. So everybody carves their own key to success. We were talking about SME exhibition which we are hosting. We are all invited for that on Wednesday. So these people do get 2 minutes, 3 minutes to pitch themselves to the judges. What 1, 2, top 3 things would you suggest them कि जब इनको pitch करना चाहिए? He is the best salesman that you will ever see. I've seen that he's a very, very good salesperson. And sometimes I'm sitting at his shops and people come in and how he's selling to these people, I'm very much amazed. But what would you say कि क्या सेल कैसे करनी चाहिए या पिच कैसे करनी चाहिए? 2 मिनट की पिच में क्या होना चाहिए?
Okay, so I think ये 3 चीजें बहुत important हैं. Number 1 ये है कि जैसे मैंने अपने आप को चपेट मारी थी, लाजमी है अपने आप को चपेट मारी. लेकिन ये है कि you have to do one thing which will make you stand out. So you guys can come up with whatever you think is the best way. Number 2 ये है कि there always should be a huge climax which is to an emotional feel. So the truth is this: Coca-Cola sells like crazy, but Coca-Cola ruins our lives. And it does not sell happiness, but it's just an emotional appeal that they do sell happiness. So I think that you need to have a very good emotional part to it. If you're starting a daycare or anything, you should actually give a very good emotional appeal. And number 3 is unfortunately or fortunately, logic does play its part. So number 3 is at the end of your pitch, you should show a lot of logic. Your numbers should add up. Don't come up without doing your homework. So if you do an amalgamation of all these 3 things, I think you'll produce a pitch that is better than any average person.
Thank you, Noaman, for giving us this time. And thank you everyone, you've been a great audience today. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to Wednesday the 27th to the SME exhibition. Noaman will also be there. He will be coming to your display, so start preparing. And we're looking forward to that day. Noaman, we have a small token of appreciation for you. So I would like to give that to you if somebody can take a picture also. Thank you very much everyone. Thank you.